all is well. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. What's up, guys? Just grabbing a brewski. All right. What's up, guys? All right. What up, Dudley? Bryson. Alright, guys. Well, happy Tuesday. Beer tonight. We'll go with a couple of these Firehouse Reds. I got a couple of these. Nice little red ale. Put it in a koozie. Cheers to everybody out there. What up, guys? How's everybody doing? Refreshing. Alright. As always, if you bought 5 or more spots, something is going to be coming your way in the mail. Alright, and that's an always, not a sometimes. Alright. 5 or more spots today. I'll show you what you're going to get. About a pack of Score 2024 Gravity. We'll throw it back a few years. Top Stadium Club 91 Baseball. World of Warriors, a trading card game from Topps. We'll do a Topps Heritage Baseball pack from 2023. And some 24-25 Donruss Basketball Gravity. Then, how about this? Really nice upgrade if you bought 10 or more spots. We'll do a Bowman Jumbo 2021 pack. So a Bowman 2021 Jumbo Baseball pack. A May the 4th be with you. We'll do some Star Wars Resistance. It's a Gravity pack. An Upper Deck Goodwin Champions pack from 2023. Some Prestige 2024 Gravity Football. And some NBA Hoops 2024-25 Basketball Gravity. Alright, so that's a look at what's coming your way. Whether you get a hit or not, those things will be coming your way. Alright, give me a second here. What up, Matt? What's the score in that game? It was like 16-16 when I went away from it, basically. Alright. Real quick, not a lot to share with you. Just an upcoming look at the schedule here. Well, here we are. Upcoming breaks. We are tonight, Tuesday, May 6th. We're live. Then we'll have a break on Friday, May 9th. And then again next Tuesday, May 13th. So here's an upcoming look at the schedule at dad-breaks.com. And then also, all the spots are sold out except for last night I added. There were a few people that asked about, so I was like, why not? Let's go for it. We added a Blitz break to tonight's break. So we have a Blitz break, and there's like 5 spots remaining, I believe. So there are 4 items in the box. There's some massive potential hits that are possible in this break. So go ahead, if you're interested, check that out. You will be assigned a random team, so that will be a random team. Alright. And then lastly, make sure if you're signed up for the Dad Bucks Rewards program, if you aren't already, each purchase you make will give you points. And then also, you can use it to use the referral program. I always tell people, use that referral program. If you're signed up, you'll get a custom link. It's just for you. And anytime you share that with anybody, as long as they use that link, you and that person will get $20 to use towards a future break. So it's essentially each of you will get a $20 gift card. And all that person really has to spend is like $8, $10, whatever. Any purchase they make will get you and that person a $20 gift card. So if you have somebody out there you think might be interested in breaking with us, definitely use the Dad Breaks Rewards program. You can access that when you see this on the site. When you're on a mobile, it looks a little differently, but it also can be accessed using the home. It's like that. It looks like a hamburger on the left-hand side of the mobile screen. There'll be a home button, and you're going to look for the Dad Bucks Rewards program as one of the links. All right, that's pretty much all I have to share before we get things started. Let's get the ball rolling. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. All right, is it the end of one? I'm assuming probably around the end of one there, 20 to 16, Donald. All right. Sounds good, guys. Sounds good. Well, happy Tuesday. First break of the night is the single jersey gold rush break. So single jersey gold rush break. I'm gonna have everybody out there give me 2 NFL teams on one line, and guess what? It's going to be this box, and this is the last box from this series. Really hoping Gold Rush puts out a new series soon. This actually is the latest they've released a second series, so we'll see. I know they will, but we'll wait for that. And like I said, we know it's going to be this specific box. Good luck charms. All right. All right, guys. Like I said, box 5, last one from the case. So we know it's that box you guys see right there on the screen. All that being said, we have Jake with the Cardinals. Brett has the Falcons. Jones with the Ravens. Charles is in charge of the Buff Bills. Jesus with the Panthers. Brett has the Bears. Jesus with the Bungles. Matt G with the Brownies. The Boys and the Broncos. Paul's got the Lions. Matt with the Pack Attack. Paul with the Texans. Matt's got the Colts and Jags. William with the Chiefs. Jesus with the Raiders and the Chargers. Brett's got the Rams. Matt's got the Dolphins. Jake has the Vikes. Matt has the Pats. Jake with the Saints. Brett's got the Giants. Matt has the Jets, Eagles, and Steelers. Jesus with the Niners, Matt with the Seahawks, Chris with the Bucks, Stacy with the Titans, Matt sitting on the commode. All right, guys, we'll call no more guesses. We're gonna look for a biggie. Chris is calling for a TB12. Let's give this a little tap right here. Whopper, a little Whopper goodness. Box 5, guys. So good luck, everybody. Thomas, I got you in there. Secondary seal will be underneath that. Let's get our trusty box cutter out. All right, guys, here we go. Let's cut into this. Good luck, everybody. Not a TB12, but how about the GOAT before the GOAT? Joe Montana, Notre Dame jersey. All right, we have a Joe Montana Notre Dame thread to start the night. Big time hit to start our evening. Going out to the 49ers. Jesus, congrats, Jesus. Big hit to start the night. All right, so we have Joey Montana. 49ers on the first hit of the evening. One more look at that, Sid. Joe Montana. JSA on our cert, and then stickers right next to where that cert is. All right. Let's see. Who here guessed Montana? Alright, do we have any Montana? Wrong Joe, oh well. Yeah, no Namath on that one. Alright, any 49ers guesses? Alright, I don't see a 49ers guess. That's a surprise. Alright, nobody with the 49ers guess. You know what? I'm going to take everybody to put a guess in. And we're going to put them into random.org. And the top name... Probably. Top name... As long as it was a guess, like, is the how's the any procedures coming? We're not going to take those as guesses for this. Top name, 2 boxes will be a hit, 1 box will be a whammy. Top name gets a box of mysteries 5 times. There's 6, 1 more makes it 7. Alright, so we're going to skip Jones and we're going to go to Steve. Steve, congratulations. Alright, Steve, you are going to get the box of mystery. Alright, Steve. I'm going to put your name on a sticker. Oh, well, before I do that, let me get the boxes out. Alright, Steve. Box of mystery time. So 2 hits, 1 whammy. Alright, Steve. We have trash, gold, and the shark. Alright, Steve, go ahead and put your selection in. Mike Show. There was a Mike Show that worked in baseball when I worked in baseball in the Hagerstown area. Gold, you got it. California. I call him the GOAT before we knew what a GOAT was. That's how I refer to Joe Montana. Alright, going with gold. Let's do this, Steve. Alright. That means you passed up on the shark, and coming out of the shark was a mega pack with a 1 in 2 chance of an autograph from the 2025 class. There's actually a Dylan, or 2020, is this 24 or 25? I don't even know if this is the 24 or 25, but either way, Dylan Gabriel was in that one on the top. That's 24, because that's not Gabriel with the Oregon. Alright, passed up on the trash. And coming out of the trash was a necklace with your very own whistle. So you missed out on a whistle. Your very own whistle. Golden whistle. Alright, so missed out on the whammy. Alright, coming out of gold. How about some Bowman U Chrome? Some Bowman U Chrome football. Alright, Steve, let's see if we can get you an auto out of Bowman Chrome. Bowman U Chrome. Alright. There's Andrell Anthony. Clayton Toon. Nathaniel Dell. uh, Junior Colson, and Kool-Aid McKinstry on a parallel. Kool-Aid. Tank Dell action there. Is Tank Dell supposed to be pretty good? Not good, but like healthy this year? Because every time I think he's going to break out there, he's getting hurt. I've actually never seen his name written as Nathaniel Dell, so. Dell, yeah, he's healthy. Dell, yeah. Alright, guys. Just a couple divisional breaks tonight. Hockey and mini helmet. We had box 3 and box 4 for the mini helmet. Let me grab the other box. For this, all you have to do is give me a selection, which division you think is going to come out. At the end of these 2 breaks, we'll take all the names, put them into random.org, and we'll take 2 names. Well, there'll be 4 boxes, there'll be 1 whammy, and there'll be 3 hits. Alright, and we'll take 2 names, and 2 people will select boxes. Alright, so 3 and 4 are the possibilities here for the minis. 3 and 4, 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4, so that actually is the one we see on the left-hand side. So box 3 is going to come off, and box 4 is going to stay. Alright, guys. Last call on those guesses. We've got Brett with the AFC East, Jake the AFC North, Mike the AFC South, Steve the AFC West, Michael with the NFC East. Welcome, Michael. Mike has the NFC North, Stacy the NFC South, and Jesus the NFC West. Alright, we'll jump in, say no more guesses, and see what we roll. What we got coming out of here? Alright, Thomas, I got you in there. Alright, we picked a big hit with the Whopper earlier, so let's stay with the Whopper. This was box 4. Box 4. See the bottom there sealed up all the way around. Good luck, everybody. We have a specialty helmet. Specialty helmet. It's a slate helmet. Denver Bronco. So it's an AFC West Denver Bronco and a slate helmet. I don't recognize the signature. Does anybody know whose signature that is? I'll look this up here. But either way, that's going to be an AFC West Denver Bronco. It's a beautiful helmet. On a slate helmet. Beckett on the authentication. Alright, so that's going to go out to Steve. Steve, let's find out who we got coming your way. Alright. 2W 569 147, I believe. 75844. Clinton Portis. All right, nice hit, Clinton Portis. Signed this just a few months ago. It looks like in New York. All right, so Clinton Portis on the hit right here. Very nice. Denver Bronco Clinton Portis too. Alright, so Clinton Portis on the hit. Look at that, Steve. That's a throwback memento for you there, right there. Throwback memory, if we will. Alright. Steve, let me mark you down. Alright, if you guessed the AFC West as a guest, your name is going to get added here. AFC West. Not a single AFC West guest. Well, that's interesting. Susan Lucina. Alright, guys. Alright, so that means if you get the hockey guess right, guys, pretty good chance of getting a giveaway here. So I'm going to take two names. Alright. I have box 55 and box 63, the last two from the case. Alright, so 63 is on your left, 55 is going to be on your right. Go ahead, give me an NHL division. NHL division. And we're going to see which of these we use. 55, 63, set up. 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 55. 5-5. Let's see. 5-5. A couple good defensemen I can think of. Larry Murphy and Sergei Gonchar. Alright. We have June with the Atlantic, Case with the Metro, and Jake with the Central and the Pacific. Alright, guys. I'm going to call no more guesses. Congratulations if you're an Islanders fan on getting that first pick in this upcoming draft. Alright, guys. Good luck here. No more guesses. No more guesses. Let's get into this. Alright. Box 5-5. Sealed up. Backside all the way around. Let's go, big hit. Oh, yeah. Okay, slide that off. And then there'll be a secondary seal on each side. There we go. We have an Edmonton Oiler. Mattias Janmark. Mattias Janmark on an Edmonton Oiler alternate. It's the alternate, or the third logo, as they used to say. Alright, Mattias Janmark. Alright, Mattias Janmark, Edmonton Oilers. Alright, congrats, Jake. Jake is on the board. Yes! Alright, so let's mark that down with Pacific. Mattias Janmark. Alright, if you have the Pacific, who has the Pacific here? Alright, Mike, your name is getting added to our list. Cavalier, so Christian. We have Matt, which is Matt G. We have Michael G. We have Donald. We have Dudley. And that's it. Alright, so we have Mike, Christian, Matt, Donald, Michael, and Dudmart, which is Dudley. Cavalier is Christian. Alright, guys. All those names are going to be added. If I miss somebody, yep, I got you, Dudley. I start at the bottom and make my way up. The great one. Alright, let's take this off. Alright, there are going to be 4 boxes out here, guys. 4 boxes out here. So we'll have 4 boxes out here. All sorts of. We'll do all the sports with possible hits here. We'll do some hobby, baseball, football, and the whole gambit. Alright. And then one whammy. Football. I need good football. Alright. I think I have just one whammy. Alright. These are going to be the box options. Shark. There's a long piece of plastic. Jones, it was good, but I actually didn't spend a dime at it. I actually saw a friend that was at it, talked to him, but too many people didn't want to take cards. And with me, with my business, I don't want to spend cash and that because I want to have a trackable receipt. So no one took card or PayPal. So I was like, we're good. Nothing like stood out anyway. So. Alright guys, top 2 names are going to get to pick a box here, guys. Top 2 names. It'll be 7 times. Top 2 names are going to get a box. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, Dudley and Cavalier. So that means it's so Dudley, you pick, and then Christian, you're going to pick. Alright, so Dudley and then Christian. Alright, silver and then shark. Alright, that means you guys both passed up on the babes. Coming out of the babes was a hobby pack of Upper Deck MVP. So it was a hobby pack. So we do miss out on a hobby. I was trying to show up, though. It says hobby, but hobby hockey pack. And then you guys both passed on the trash. And the trash did have the whammy. A pair of Pac-Man socks. So you missed out on a pair of Pac-Man socks. Alright, so we went retro and a no-go. Alright, that means Christian, you went with the shark. And coming out of the shark, hey, a pack of Prestige 2022. 2022. Let's see if we can get you a Brock Purdy rookie out of there. Alright, Christian. Brock Purdy is who we're looking for. You're a big 49er fan. You would take that. Alright. There's Joel Bonito. Josh Allen. Dan the Man. Travis, don't call me anything other than Mr. Kelsey. Logan Thomas. There's a K-Dot out of 99. That's a great pull right there. K-Dot out of 99. Short print. Number 66 of 99. So no matter how you look at it, it's 66 of 99. That's a cool card. We have Nick Bonito right there, rookie. John Mechie III, rookie. A parallel of Jalen Hurts. And a Javonte Williams. And Kid Reporter. But not bad. It's always fun to get a short print. Alright, this is going out to the Dudster. Alright, Dudley. You have a hobby pack of Topps Heritage 2021. Alright, Topps Heritage 2021, Dudley. Throwing this back a few years in baseball category. Alright, Hunter Renfroe. Jared Oliva. Max Stassi. Mike Zunino. A little now and then. That is a Ronald Acuna, 495-foot home run. Yasel Kikuchi, Josh Bell, Colin Moran, Adbert Alzolay, And a Garrett Whitlock. Alright, unfortunately nothing big. You kind of gotta hope for the autos with those hobbies, but sadly those still coming your way. Oh, it's what I do best, Thomas. Alright, guys. Let's jump over. Let's see how good your penmanship is. Hey, no problem, you're welcome. Do you have good penmanship, or do you have perfect penmanship? Alright, so we know it's going to be box 2, last one from the case. We have to figure out what photo, and then we're going to get out first. We'll do it first. We have to get out a case of jerseys. And for this, all you guys have to do, just give me one letter from the alphabet. One letter from the alphabet for this one. Still a few spots left on the site if you're interested. Not a lot, but there are a few on the site. And they're from the Blitz box. Alright, so we've got boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 1 through 6 are right there. 1 at the top, 6 on the bottom. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So box 2, second one from the top. Box number 2. What break are we doing? We're doing the penmanship. Nope. And I hit the wrong button. Alright, there we go. This box right here. So we know we're going to be breaking this guy. And box 2. So 2 and 2. Now we got to figure out what photo. We have photos. Well, we don't have 2. We already broke that, so I got to cross that. We have 3, 4, 6, 7, and 10. So let me just make sure. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Yep. So 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Those are the ones that remain. Three, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 4 here. Box number 4. Alright, now we got to figure out what letter everybody's going to be lining up with in this break. Perfect penmanship break. Alright, list randomizer 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, Jones will have the letter A. These are last names. And Christina, the letter Z. Alright, so I'm going to copy that. We'll go back here. Those aren't updated yet, so give it a second. Refresh that. Alright, there we go. We are looking at Jones with the letter A. My chat coming through. Jeff sure is. Jones has the letter A. Jake the letter B. Katie the letter C. Jake has the letters D, E, and F. Chris P with the letters G and H. Chris R with the letter I. Jake the letter J. Charlene the letters K and L. Paul has the letter M and N. Kelsey the letter O. Daniel the letter P. Michael G with the letter Q. David the letter R. Jake the letter S. Steve the letter T. Jared the letter U. Mike the letter V. Chris the letter W. Steve the letter X. Brett the letter Y. Christina the letter Z. Alright guys, I'm going to give everybody about 10 seconds. Any trade offers? Is anybody offering anything up for trade? Otherwise, we'll jump into this. I'm getting texts that Steph Curry got hurt. That's not good. Alright, trade A for J or T. Who has J? Jake. I'm good. Alright, no trades. Here we go. Let's see. Let's bring out Dial It Up. One of my daughter's first good luck charms she ever made. Dial this up. Box 4. Box 4 sealed up. All the way around. Maybe. Box 4. Look at that! The letter M. Patrick Mahomes. Look at that. Patrick Mahomes right there. Boom! Paul with the monster hit right there. An absolute monster. We've got Patrick Mahomes. Boom! Look at that. That is a sick hit right there. There's a look at that photo. Look at that. Paul. Cheers to that. Patty Mahomes. Did someone say ketchup? All right, nice hit. Chris. All right, guys, good luck. That's awesome. All right, it's jersey time. Jersey, jersey, jersey. Box 2, give it a tap. Oh yeah, we're dialing this up. Box 2 sealed up. Secondary seal right there. Alright, let's cut into this area right there. Alright, well here we go. Nice running back. We actually saw his name the other day on a teal colored jersey. Alright, now we got a navy blue. Kenneth Walker the Third. Kenneth Walker. The letter W. W right there. So Walker. Kenneth Walker. And that's going out to Chris. Chris, congrats. A little Beckett on the authentication for you. Alright guys, good luck. Last spot from this specific break. Perfect penmanship, a slabbed auto card. Box 2. Last one from the case. Be on the lookout. It won't be up tonight. It might be up tomorrow. I have an exclusive item that was extremely limited to only 10 cases that will be going up on the site here the next day or so. I don't expect those. It's going to be similar to this, perfect penmanship, but much rare hits are possible. And it'll be football. And my price point won't be a whole lot more, considering that because it was very exclusive to limits. So only 10 buyers were allowed to buy cases. Only 10 cases were made. All right, here we go. Look at this. That's a nice pull. An autograph rookie of Devonta Smith, a former Heisman Trophy winner right there. The letter S. Devonta Smith, autograph rookie right there. All right, so Devonta Smith, autograph slab rookie. That's going out to Jake. Jake, congratulations. Good Philadelphia, one of the dynamic duo in Philadelphia right there. Devonta Smith. All right, look at that. Patrick Mahomes, Devonta Smith, and Kenneth Walker III. 3 active studs. Superstars / studs. All Pro Bowlers. He's a great fit for Philly. Don't cause any trouble. Fits in perfect, and he's got for a wide receiver in today's era, a very reasonable contract by wide receiver terms, if you ask me. I think that's a big benefit for the Eagles. All right. M, S, and W. M, S, and W. Alright, we're going to take all the people that guessed correctly. We're going to go into random.org. One person's going to come out a victor. Alright, M, S, and W. There's an M. There's an S, another S, an M. C. R's, E's. Alright, so I've got Jones, Kelsey, Jeff, Mike, Eduardo, Jesse, Stacy, and Jeff. Alright, M, S, and W. 7 times. Top name, there's going to be 2 hits and 1 whammy. 2 hits and 1 whammy. I'm going to remind people now, not all whammies are created equal. There's 3 times, there's 4, there's 5. We're at 6. 1 more makes it 7. Let's go. Top name. Jeff. Had you in there twice. Oh well. Your benefit was my mistake, or I didn't catch it, but there we go. Either way, Jeff, congrats. You are going to get the Box of Mystery. Box of Mystery. Congrats, Jeff. It's alright. It's all good. That was on me. I didn't catch it. A box of mystery. I guess I didn't bring it up. I thought I brought it up. Oh well. Not a big deal. Alright. This football. Let's see. Alright. Alright, Jeff. Silver, shark, or the golden egg? Silver, shark, or golden egg? I have no, Steve. Honestly, I have no idea. I just like to. I like getting the. I've never heard getting likes or negatives. I'll put it that way. So the more I get, the better it is. So I thank you in advance if you do hit the like button. All right, Jeff. Which box would you like? Thank you, guys. Silver it is. All right, 2 hits, 1 whammy. All right, passed up on gold. Gold had a hobby pack from 2020 with the guaranteed auto. Guys like Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, and others are in there. Missed out on that. Passed up on the shark. Dun-na, dun-na. All right, the other one had a pack of Mosaic 2024, so we missed out on that. That means you just got yourself the whammy. All right, Jeff. What is the whammy of choice for you? How about a pair of socks from the hit TV show The Office, filmed in Scranton, or not filmed, but depicted to take place in Scranton, Pennsylvania. All right, so The Office socks. There you go. Those will be coming your way there, Jeff. All right. Let's do some baseball. This week in baseball. All right. We know it's going to be this hat. This is hat number 12. So we know it's going to be this hat. We have to figure out which jersey. Is it going to be box 1 or box 4? 1 or 4 for the jersey. That's what we have to figure out still. I'm going to have everybody out there for this one. You guys are going to put in the chat 4 Major League Baseball players on one line. 4 players on one line if it comes out of the hat or the jersey. You are going to get a box of mystery without a chance of a whammy. Oh, Jake, that's awesome. As always, not all whammies are created equal. But they're meant to be fun. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 1, the guy that's currently out there. Why not? And it looks we are now sold out for the night with all the spots. So thank you, guys. Alright, guys. We have Jake with the Diamondbacks, Brett with the Braves, Chad's got the O's, Jake with the Bo Sox, Chad's got the Cubbies, Chad C with the Cubbies, Chad S with the White Sox. We've got Caden with the Reds, Brett with the Guardians, Chad's got the Rockies. We're going to go with June in the Tigers, Brett's got the Astros, Michael's got his Royals, welcome back Michael, Jesus with the Angels in the outfield, Jake with the Dodgers, Daniel with the Marlins, Brett's got the Brewers. Brett's making me think of Brett Boone, the new instructor down there in Texas with the Rangers. David's got the Twins, Jake with the Mets, Charlene's got the Yanks, Todd's got the A's, David's got the Phillies, Casey with the Pirates, Jake with the Padres, Zachary's got the Giants, Chad E with the M's Cards, Brett's got the Rays, Chad's got the Rangers, Jones with the Jays, and Brett with the Nats. Alright guys, I'm going to call no more guesses here. If you plan on making a guess, get that guess in, or forever hold your peace. Alright, nothing in sports goes together like hot dog freaking jerseys. Oh yeah, here we go. Big hit. Oh yeah. Alright. Box one. No more guesses, guys. Sealed up all the way backside. Secondary seal right there. That's that seal. It's time to cut into it. I see a 3. I see a 5. I see the Big Hurt late night commercial. Frank Thomas. Alright, guys. Frank Thomas on the hit. I have a feeling a few people might have guessed that. That is a White Sox hit. Chad S. Chad S. Congrats, Chad. Oh, Frank Thomas love coming your way there. Alright, so that's Beckett on the authentication. Alright, new breaker with us tonight, so Chad S., congrats. Frank Thomas jersey. Alright, Mike, are you the same person? Should I be having you as Chad S. or Mike? Because that threw me off. Those were very different names, so I was really confused. But I had you in there as Chad S. Alright, guys, here we go. Oh, yeah, big hit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's go. Here we go, big hit. Oh, no. Box 12, box 12. So secondary seal down there, sealed up. Backside, all the way around. Let's go. Alright, there's where we be cutting. Became a pirate. Maybe it'll be a pirate hit. I became a pirate. Alright, certificate of authenticity. There is not going to be a pirate. There are 3 teams this could possibly be. One of 3 teams. This is a Hall of Famer. Will it be the team he started with? Or the team he finished with? Or the team he won a World Series with? How about the team he started his career with? Team he started his career with. Now, this is a unique version of this hat. Alright, unique version from the American League. Is this an All-Star Game hat? I don't know. But look at that. I think it is an All-Star Game hat. We have, from the Boston Red Sox, Hall of Famer, Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs coming out of there. Alright, and that is... Let's see, 4th of July collection, right there, 4th of July collection, that's what this one's from. It's a new era 4th of July collection. Look at the brim, bottom there, Beckett on the authentication, Major League Baseball on the authentication, size 7 3/8. Wade Boggs. How much fried chicken can you eat? Alright, that'll go out to Jake. Yeah, most of these, Steve, are actually branded with the hats. Almost all of them are branded hats. Donald, that's pretty cool. Wade Boggs. So this is a socks kind of break. I should have given out socks as my giveaway. I just did. We went from giving out socks to handing out socks. Ba-dum-bum. All right. Did we have any Boggs? Alright, so we have no Boggs, but I'm sure we had some Thomas. Alright. Who guessed Frank Thomas? I see Cody. So Cody's going to get a box of mystery. Who else has Frank Thomas? Jeff. Jake. Donald. Kyle. Dudley. Jose. Everybody. Thomas. No, not Thomas. Alright, so Cody, Jeff, Jake, Dudley, Jose, Donald, and Kyle. I've got you guys with correct guesses. So we'll do this a little differently. Mike. I didn't see Mike. Mike. Well, I meant who guessed it. I know you got the hit, Mike, but these were for the guesses. For the giveaway. You definitely are getting at that in the hit though. Alright, those 7 names, you guys are going to be put out there. It's going to be a little different because there's so many names. I'm going to put a bunch of packs out there and we're going to award them accordingly. Alright, so there won't be any whammies. And we'll do... and 7 times. Alright. So, let me put these out. Alright, this is the way it's going to go. Top spot is going to get a Cosmic Topps Chrome Hobby Pack. Alright, second spot will get a Hobby Pack Extra Edition, 1 and 2.5 as an auto. Third one will get a Prospect Edition 2024 pack. Then the next name will get the Prism Draft Picks pack. Then we'll go with Baseball Treasure 1 ounce bronze, silver, gold coin. We'll actually put that right there. Then we'll do draft picks. Then we'll do Contenders 1 and 5 with an auto. And then a little Donruss 2024 Gravity packs in baseball. Alright. So, I'm going to type the names in here. Alright, so it was Cody, Jeff, Jake, Donald, I'm all lowercase because I'm holding this, Kyle, Dudley, and Jose. Alright. Top name, so this is only the first time, so let me go back real quick. Top name will get the far pack on the left-hand side. The last name will get the far pack on the right-hand side, and so forth. So second name will get the second pack from the left, and you know that it'll move just like that. There's 1 time, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, Dudley, you're gonna get that Cosmic Topps Chrome Hobby Pack. Jose's gonna get the Extra Edition pack. Jake is gonna get the Prospect Pack. Donald's going to get the 1 ounce bronze, silver, gold coin. Kyle will get the Prism Draft Picks. Jeff, you're going to get the Contenders. And Cody is going to get the Donruss 2024 Gravity. Alright, so that's a look at what packs. Alright, so Dudley, top pack right there. Then we had Jose. Then it was Jake and then Donald. Jake, Donald. And then we went Kyle, Jeff, Cody. Kyle, Jeff, and then Cody. Let's do it. All right, Donruss right there. Donruss. Let's do this, Cody. There's a Pedro Martinez, Pete Rose, Kyle Harrison, Kevin Alcantara, rated prospect, and this year his power's going to be zapped a little bit because he broke his handmade bone, but Francisco Alvarez, parallel rookie. Alright, I'm a big believer in Alvarez's talent. Alright, Jeff. Jeff, here is your pack. Alright, Jeff, you have a Christian Yelich, Clayton Kershaw, Bryce Harper. Here's a Josiah Gray Future Star, and a nice looking card right here. Mookie Betts on a parallel. Nice little looking Mookie. Alright, Jeff, those cards will be coming your way. Kyle, Prism Draft Picks 2022. Alright, Kyle, you have Alfredo Ruiz, Blake Tidwell, an auto of Chris Murphy. Chris Murphy from, let's see, that was a something Mills. Can't tell. But you have an auto right there, Chris Murphy. There's Kevin Parada, parallel, from our first round pick. And Colby Thomas, Power Surge. There you go, a little auto love coming your way, Kyle. Are you guys making trades? I don't know what's going on. Alright, Donald, the 1 ounce bronze, silver, or gold coin to Donald. It is a bronze. This is Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto coming out of there on a 1 ounce bronze coin. Former Met in this case, Michael Conforto. Injuries, so the downfall of the Conforto. Alright. Jake, let's see your prospect pack. Alright, Jake. There's a Carson Benj. Yanier Fernandez. Cam Caminetti. And is that numbered? It is numbered. That is numbered out of 99. No, this is number 99 of 99, actually. You have number 99 of 99 right there, Cam Caminetti. And Cade Denton. Nice prospect right there, Cade Denton. The Cam Caminetti. Alright, Jose. 1 out of every, it's like 2.5 packs has an auto, Jose. Let's see if we can get you one. Alright, Nick Plummer. Colby Allard, right there. We have a Hunter Renfroe right there. Not going to see an auto. We just had a guy just moved. Just went to the Mariners today, actually. Leotis Taveras. And Jairo Lobort. I don't know. Former top 100 prospect right there. And right there. A couple of them. And actually, Colby Allard was at one point with Atlanta. No auto, though, unfortunately. Alright, Dudley. Hobby time. Cosmic Chrome. Let's do this. Cosmic Chrome. Alright, Aaron Judge. Topps Chrome. You can't go wrong with the Judge. How about Joey Gallo? We have a Jared Duran Chrome Parallel rookie card. That is a huge rookie pull right there. That's awesome. Alex Verdugo. But this is a great pull. Jared Duran. Wow. That's a great pull right there. Congrats. Alright guys, congrats. Alright. It's time to jump into a little football here. Yes. 1 mini helmet and not 1 but 2 jerseys. Alright. For this, same thing we just did. 4 NFL players. 4 NFL players. If you guess the player comes out of any of these 3 boxes, automatically going to get a box of mystery. Alright, so 4 players. We have 1 through 8 as possibilities for the jersey. So go ahead. Put your guesses. You guys are all welcome about those comments. 1, 2. Brand new series for the jerseys. So they have like this new kind of seal, so we'll see how that goes. 2 times there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So 6 and 3. 6 and 3. That's fine. Box 3, box 6. Alright, so 3 and 6, replacing 1 and 2. Alright, mini helmet, box 1's on the table. We have every number but 7 and 9. Every number but 7 and 9 from the case remain. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 5. Box number 5. Alright. Box 5 right there. Box 1, not tonight. Alright, guys. Wishing everybody good luck tonight. We've got Jake with the Cardinals, Dudley with the Falcons, Caden with the Ravens, Case has the Buff Bills, Joshua with the Panthers, Jake has the Bears, Jesus with the Bungles, Sarah's got the Brownies, Jared with the Cowboys, Paul's got the Broncos, Jake's got the Lions, Mike has the Pack Attack and the Texans, Paul's got the Colts, Daniel's got the Jags, Michael's got the Chiefs, Jake with the Raiders, Jesus with the Chargers and the Rams, Scott's got the Dolphins, Sarah with the Vikes, Mike's got the Pats, Jake with the Saints, Brett's got the Giants, Kelsey with the Jets, Jake with the Fly Eagle Fly, Joshua with the Steelers and Niners, Jesse with the Seahawks, William's got the Bucks, Stacy with the Titans, and David sitting on the commode. Alright, guys, no more guesses. Alright, let's do this. Alright. We have... Why not? Tails never fails. Let's do it. Tails never fails. Alright, so we've got Tails right there. Donut version from Sonic. This is box 3. We see this new seal side for the jerseys. Cut that. And then they don't even... I don't even know the point of having the seal almost, because now they're taped up. Glued or taped up. At least current series. Alright. We have from the Pittsburgh Steelers, we have Greg Lloyd. Alright, Fear the Lloyd. Alright, there we go. Pittsburgh Steelers, Greg Lloyd Beckett on our authentication. Alright, Joshua, congrats. Oh, he was a scary dude. He was a scary dude. That face mask and the shoulder pads. Whew. Here we go. Secondary seal right there. Main seal with this product. Alright. I've been told that their newest series won't have this once they put out their newest series, but we're still on this one, so here we go. Look at that. College. Johnny Manziel. Alright, Johnny Manziel. Now, I will go into detail on this one. We have a stats jersey, so these are kind of nice. And it is a college jersey. It will be a Cleveland Browns on the hit. But we have college and the statistics. So, Johnny Manziel, 3,706 passing yards in 2012. 47 touchdowns, AP Player of the Year, Consensus All-American, 2012 Heisman Trophy. Alright, so Johnny Manziel on the hit. JSA on the authentication. Alright, so J Money going out to the Brownies, and that's going out to Sarah. Alright, let me mark that down. Johnny Money. Cleveland Browns. All right, here we go. Tails doesn't fail. Box 5. Box 5. Right there, sealed up. Front side, back side. One cut. There's 2. And there's 3. All right, we have from the New Orleans Saints, wide receiver Chris Olave. Chris Olave coming out of there. Can he stay healthy? Can he avoid the concussions? Really, really good receiver. Even when he doesn't have a quarterback, he can catch the ball. All right, so Chris Olave, New Orleans Saints. And that's going out to Jake. Jake, congrats. Chris Olave, again, back it on your authentication. Doesn't that come with smearing on ice? Kids these days don't even know it. Do they still make smear? I was thinking of Zima for a second. Chris Olave. And nobody with any correct guesses. Alright. I'm going to put the prizes together now. Alright. 2 hits. 1 whammy. 2 hits, 1 whammy. Alright, 2 hits, 1 whammy. As long as you put a guess in, you're going to have a chance. Trash, silver, shark. Trash, silver, shark. Alright, 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Joseph! Alright, Joseph. You get to pick a box here, Joseph. Which box would you like? There's 2 hits and 1 whammy. Alright, so we got the sharks, the silver, and we've got the trash. Alright, you got it. It means you passed up on the shark. Coming out of the shark was a jumbo prism with a bonus pack draft picks from 2021. Alright, and then we passed up on the trash, and I had a pack of Chronicles draft picks. Alright. Joseph, that is going to leave you with a box of silver. Coming out of here is the whammy. You are going to get 4 pairs of Barbie sunglasses. You will be styling, profiling, and lit when you walk around with the whole gang wearing your Barbie shades. These coming your way here, Joseph. Boom. Send them a Caden. Alright, I'll do that. Send to Caden. Sending to his buddy Caden. Caden, those be coming real nice. Real nice. Hey, no problem, Joseph. No problem at all. See, not all whammies are created equal. So I'm guessing Steph Curry got knocked out of that game, huh? All right. I'm trying to think of what best order. All right, let's do baseball. He's been battling the injury bug all playoff. All right, not one ball, but two balls and a bat. Two balls and a bat, and we're gonna do it just like we did earlier. 4 Major League Baseball players, one line. 4 ball players, one line. If you guess the player comes out of either baseball or the bat, you're gonna get a box of mystery. Unless we have like 8 people again, then we'll do the packs like we did last time. But these kind of guesses get you no whammies. Alright, so boxes 1 and 2 are the placeholder for the baseballs. We have 1 through 6 out here. 1 through 6. There's 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so we got boxes 5 and 1. 5 and 1 are going to be in this break. Let me grab box 5. Alright, so we have box 5. Box 1. And we're going to remove box numero dos. Alright, let me put our little baseball note out there. Alright, and we have, let's see, what this is probably box 1. Box number 2, tube number 2. We also have tubes number 5 and 6. So 2, 5, and 6 are a possibility for the bats. 2, 5, 6. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so we're going to place up a bat 6. As I lose my mind over here. Alright. This is bat number 6. Bat 6. Alright, so bat 6 coming off bat 2. And place these back so that the whole big box doesn't try to tip again. Alright. Last call on those guesses. We have Jake with the Diamondbacks, Matt with the Braves, Jones with the O's, Charlene with the Bo Sox, Chris with the Cubs, Jones with the White Sox, Chad's got the Reds, the Guards, the Rocks, the Tigers, and the Astros, Case with the Royals, and the Angels. Charles in charge of the Dodgers, looking to come back with a hit there. Case with the M's, Chad with the Brewers, Steve with the Twins, Matt's got the Mets, Case with the Yanks, Chad with the A's, Matt's got the Phillies and the Pirates, Chad with the Padres, Zachary with the Giants, Jake with the M's, Chad with the Cardinals, Daniel with the Rays, Chad with the Rangers, Jake with the Jays, and Jones sitting nice with the Nats. Alright. No more guesses. Alright, so this is baseball number 1. Baseball number 1. Alright, let me grab something real quick. Alright, good luck, baseball on wheels. The baseball on wheels right there. Box 1 sealed up. If you're wanting these good luck charms, my daughter either gives me them or she makes them. for the most part. The fun big jumbo heads, those are different. All right. We have a Gold Glove. Oh, I like this. Hall of Famer. Just inducted. It's not going to say it on here. Just inducted into the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee. All right. One of my favorite throws in the history of the game came in the All-Star game by this guy. Rawlings. TriStar authenticated. Gold Glove baseball from the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have Dave Parker. Dave Parker. And this one's a little light on the ink. It's not just the camera. It is a little bit light on the ink. But maybe in the shadow there of the camera, Dave Parker will shine through. Love the Gold Glove baseball. And just inducted into the Hall of Fame right there. All right, Matt. No nose candy with that. Just the baseball. All right, baseball number 5. Baseball number 5 sealed up. Alright, so we'll see that seal. You see the shininess cometh thy through. Oh, another Hall of Famer. 2 Hall of Famers already. Alright, here we go. TriStar authenticated Major League Baseball from the Chicago Cubs. Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins. Fergie Jenkins coming out of there. Chris P. Congrats. Ferguson or Fergie Jenkins. Nice pull right there. Couple Hall of Famers. Need to get a camera that can do close-up shots as well as it does backup shots. My old camera did great close-up shots. This one does great backup shots. No one should just use both. Alright, guys. Alright, this is the barrel, so this is going to be the knob, I believe. So here we go. Good luck. This was box. What number was this? This was number 6, box 6. So there was box 6. And we're going to cut into this side. Right here, that's the knob. Maybe. There we go. Well, look at this. A double hit. A double hit. Look at that. That is so pretty on that. We have Slammin' Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa, which we pulled a couple weeks ago from a RSA box. But this one in the team blue. Double hit for the Cubbies. Chris, double hit. Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa coming out of here. This one on the team blue. Team blue color. Definitely like that marker for a Sosa. Ironically, All three big name players. The only one that's not a Hall of Famer might be the most famous one of them all, though. But we know the reasons behind that. Alright. Did we have any Sosa guesses? Alright. Looks like we do. Josh. Josh has it. So does Nate. Alright, so Josh and Nate. Yeah, I joke about that sometimes. No court included with the Sammy Sosa, and there's nobody going into the clubhouse looking for it. Jose, I missed Jose. Sammy, alright. I was looking for the word Sosa. I missed it. There we go. Alright, so it'll be Josh, Jose, then Nate. Alright, we'll put 3 boxes out there. No whammies. No whammies, guys. 3 boxes out there and there'll be no whammies. No whammies. We have silver, gold, and we have babes. Silver, gold, and babes. Josh, you pick first, then Jose, and then Nate, you get the pick of the litter. Babes it is. Alright, and that's going to have... Jose, you get to pick silver or gold. I will have the stuff for Friday's break on the site within a few minutes of us ending tonight, by the way. Alright, so that means silver is going out to Nate. Nate, they left you silver. Here's coming out of silver. Well, how about this? Prospect Edition 2024. Some pretty good odds on an auto, Nate. Let's see if we can get you one. Alright, Nate. Prospect Edition. Grant Taylor. Chase DeLauder. Jorbit Vivas. And an auto. There we go. That is Nathan Detmer. Nathan Detmer. So Nate Detmer. Auto right there. Not bad. You got an auto right there. Nathan Detmer. Autograph from the Oakland A's. Alright, so those cards coming your way, Nate. Congrats. Jose, you have gold. Gold coming to Jose. And Jose, look at this. How about a Topps Chrome 2022 update pack. 2022 update Topps Chrome pack. Let's do this. You are welcome, Nate. Alright, gold. That was Jose. Let's do this. Topps Chrome update 2022. Jose Miranda, rookie. Trevor Story. Will Smith. George Slayer, and JJ Majevich. JJ Majevich. So, 4 cards. You got 5. There was a bonus. All right, Jose, those cards all coming out your way. All right, Josh. You write your name on an extra sticker because if I'm not mistaken, Josh, there's not 1, but 2 packs in here. All right, Josh, we have 2 packs in there. We have a 2017 Donruss and a 2021 Prism Draft Picks. All right, so 2017 Donruss. You are looking at a Trevor Bauer, Kyle Seager, Salvador Perez, Xander Bogaerts, a Josh Bell rookie, Aaron Sanchez, Pedro Martinez, and Elvis Andrus. What a nice looking Josh Bell rookie right there. All right, Josh. This is 2021 Prism Draft Picks. There's an Irving Carter, Oswald Peraza. We have a Prism of Robert Alstrom. Julio Rodriguez. Nice Julio Rodriguez rookie right there. And Luca Tresh. What a nice Julio Rodriguez. All right, Josh, those cards coming your way with a nice Julio Rodriguez rookie included. A Bauer in the Baves box. I get it. I follow that one. I'm giggling. All right. Let's jump back into football. Let's get the Duke. The Duke out there. All right, so we're going to get the Duke. And for the GRE, the Gold Rush jersey. So we know, no, we don't know which Duke. But for this, you guys are just going to put in chat one NFL team. If it comes out of the jersey or the football, you'll get a box of mystery, and one person's going to have a chance at a guaranteed auto in this. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 through 5 are the possibilities for the jersey. Well, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 5. So that's the one on the bottom. All right, so this guy right there. And then for football, I have 14 on the table, 38 in the corner of the den. All right, so 14 and 38. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 14, the one that's out there, will roll with what it's got. All right, we have Jake with the Cardinals, Chris with the Falcons, Jake with the Ravens, Mike has the Buff Bills, Stacy with the Panthers, Chris has the Bears, Sarah's got the Bengals, Mike has the Browns, Charlene with the Cowboys, Chris has the Broncos, Jake with the Lions, Matt's got the Packers, Paul's got the Texans, Matt's got the Colts, Daniel's got the Jaguars, June with the Chiefs, Jesus has the Raiders and the Chargers, Stacy's got the Rams, Joshua's got the Dolphins, Jake has the Vikes, Todd's got the Pats, Chad's got the Saints, Brett's got the Giants, Dudley's got the Jets, Chris has the Fly Eagle Fly, Joshua with the Steelers, Chad E with the 49ers, Chris with the Seahawks, David's got the Bucks, Paul's got the Titans, Casey on the commode. Alright, no more guesses, guys. Good luck. I have squishy football. Squishy. Alright, good luck football on this one. This was box number 5 for the jersey, box 5. Alright, I just want to point out that's still sealed. It looks goofy, but it's still sealed. Plus, it was in shrink wrap, so. All right, we have Brian Branch. It's a nice hit right there. Brian Branch, Detroit football. Detroit Lions on the hit right there. And that's going out to Jake. Jake, congratulations. We have defensive back Brian Branch on his college uniform, Alabama. Going out to Jake. All right, Jake. Jake, that is a Beckett on the authentication. All right, here's a look one more time at the SIG. All right, box 14. Box 14 right here. Sealed up. Well, I'll show those secondary seals all over. Get that Duke football right there. Oh, all right. This is a big year for this guy. It's a quarterback, guys. It's a quarterback. Big, big year for this guy. All right. Big year for this guy here. That is really taped up. Alright, let's see if it has a team or if it's just traditional. Alright, traditional. Wilson, Fanatics Authenticated, NFL Football from the Indianapolis Colts. We have Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson coming out of here on a Duke Football. Indianapolis Colts. Fanatics on our authentication. Anthony Richardson. Alright, so Anthony Richardson, big year for him. Alright, Matt. Matt, congrats. Alright, so A. Rich. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, because he's one of those guys that I truly don't know. Like, sometimes it's like, he just doesn't have it or is never going to be a star. He's such a wild card still. Alright, so Lions and Colts for the guesses. Alright, so Josh has the Lions. Do we have any Colts guesses? Alright, so it's Josh and Mike. Josh and Mike are the two people with correct guesses. Top name is going to get a box of mystery. 2 hits, 1 whammy. Alright. Josh versus Mike. 7 times. Top name gets the box of mystery. 2 times. 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, Mike. Congrats, Mike. You are going to get the box of mystery here. Alright, so this break right there. Let me take this off, and then I'll put the boxes out here in a second. Matt having Matt's really started collecting very nice Duke collections for Matt. What a wild card that one is, though. All right, Mike. All right, Mike. One of these has a guaranteed auto in it. Which one? And one whammy, two hits, one whammy. Gold it is. Alright. Passed up on the babes. Mike, we missed out on a 2023 Rookies and Stars pack. Alright, so we missed out on a 2023 Rookies and Stars. You passed up on the Shark. Inside the Shark was your very own set of Shuttlecocks. So you missed out on a very nice set of Shuttlecocks. So that is the whammy. So Mike, the guaranteed auto coming your way. How about a 2020 hobby pack with a guaranteed auto from the big potential draft class here, Mike? Let's see if we can pull you a heater. Alright, Mike, can we get a Burrow auto? Alright, Mike, you had Sage Lewis. A Harrison Bryant. There you go, from a Brownie. Jalen Moore, Brian Edwards. Skip the auto. You have a James Morgan. How about a peak performer of Carter Stanley? Carter Stanley, peak performer. And your auto is a Calvin Taylor. Calvin Taylor is the auto. Alright, so unfortunately nothing huge in here. But always worth that big try. Alright, guys. This is a good time for a Funko break. Hey, you're always welcome, Mike. It's Funko time. Alright. In this break, one photo, one Funko, one jersey. Everybody out there, all you have to do is give me one letter from the alphabet. Pretty simple gambit with that one. Let's open up the case of Funkos. Alright. Alright, so the way we'll do this will be box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 times. This is for the Funko. 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so box number 3 for our Funko. So 1, 2, this is box 3. It'll be this guy right here. Now we have to figure out the jersey. I have 5 and 6 behind me. On the table we have box 3. So 3, 5, and 6. I am a human. 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so box 6 for the jersey. Box number 6. Let's see, did it look like 6? I had my cursor in the wrong spot. Yep, 6. Alright, so there we go, box 6. Adios, box number 3. Alright, so 3 and 6 for those respectively. Photo-wise, we just have 5 and 9. 5 and 9 are the last two. So 5 is on the left, 9 is on the right. 5 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So it's going to be photo number 9. Photo 9. So it will not be box 5. It will be that funky looking 9. Alright guys, now we got to figure out the letters. Last call on those guesses, by the way. Alright. 7 times. Top name. Jake would have the letter A. George would have the letter Z. If this was a 7th time, we'll do a 7 times though. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. George will have the letter A and the letter Z. Alright, so that's what it looks like right there. I'm going to copy, paste it, and we're going to go in and we're going to refresh this now. Alright, George has the letter A. Jake has the letters B and C. Zachary has the letter D. Paul the letter E. George has the letters F and G. Michael has the letter H. Charlene has I and J. Jones has K. Jake has L. George has M. Chris has N. Zachary has O. Michael has P. Chris has Q. Jake has R. George has S and T. Jake has U. Chris has V. George has W. Jake has X. June has Y, and George has Z. Alright, no more guesses, and I'll give you guys 15 seconds to see if anybody wants to make a trade. How about the way that the Jets game ended the other night? With like seconds, less than 2 seconds to go, and then won it in double overtime. That was insane. Absolute insane. Alright. Anybody else interested in a trade? If not, we can try to move forward here if nobody else wants to make a deal. Alright, no trades, let's go. Let's get an umpire out there. RS-Direct, hello, let's go. Doug Harvey, oh, big heads and all. Alright, box 9. Sealed up, sealed right there. We're going to go one cut across, and we'll do it this way. Oh, Hall of Famer, here we go. John Smoltz. John Smoltz. George will like that. George is a Braves guy. George, that's a nice hit for you right there. Johnny Smoltz, great commentator. One of the best in the game. One of the absolute best in the game. Obviously one of the best pitchers in the game when he played too. But former Tiger prospect. No one ever remembers that. Well, if you were a Tigers fan in the 80s, you might. John Smoltz. Nice hit, George. Alright, photo number 6. Pittsburgh starry night, no less. I won this. If anybody's ever wondered, I actually won this cityscape picture at a like a Chinese auction. You buy those tickets and then you put it in. It was to raise money for a good cause too. So you know, always good. It was, I don't know. I don't know who did it or who created it. I just liked the photo, and I won this years ago, way before I did breaks, and I've used it ever since as a backdrop in my breaks. All right, here we go. Box 6. Box 6. Oh, the letter M. Dan Marino, legendary Pitt Panther quarterback, Hall of Famer. Oh, we have pulled a Montana, a Marino, and Mahomes tonight. The letter M is on fire with the quarterbacks. George is on fire. George, congratulations. That's a monster pull right there. Pitt jersey right there, Dan Marino. The letter M is on fire with the quarterbacks tonight. Mahomes, Montana, Marino. Wow. Someone wasn't happy. Dan Marino. It's probably Chris. Yeah, he's got a very, very nice signature. H2P right there. Hail to Pitt. I used to work with his nephew. We used to work at the school I work at. Now he's in the FBI. Alright, Matthew Richard. Alright, Funkos. It's Funko time. Let's go. 2 Hall of Famers so far in this break. Can we get a third? Or will we go venture outside of the sports? Never really talked too much about it, to be honest with you. Whoa! How about the letter T for Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson. George, you just had a monster break right there, George. That is incredible. You got John Smoltz, Mike Tyson, and Dan Marino. This is Beckett on our authentication. That's incredible. What a break. What a break this was. Absolute monster of a break. Mike Tyson. Yeah, absolutely. Trifecta indeed. Golden State's going to win that game. That's incredible. To win that without, I mean, it's not over yet, but to probably win it without, what's his name the whole game? Steph Curry almost the whole game. I am going to point out, it looks like this little corner, there's a little dent in the box in the corner there, but, I mean, for the most part, this looks incredible. Mike Tyson. You're going to like that one, I guarantee you it really does. You're going to come in here and you're going to eat my ear, and it's going to be so sweet, so sweet, so sweet. Alright, M, S, and T for the guesses, guys. M, S, and T. Alright, so M, S, and T. There's an M. There's an S. There's an M. There's an M. There's a T. There's an S and there's a T. Alright, we'll do this 7 times. Top name on the 7th time. You're going to get a box of mystery here. There'll be 2 hits, 1 whammy. Oh yeah. 5, there's 6, and 7 times. Dudley. Alright, Dudley. There'll be 2 hits and 1 whammy for you waiting out there, Dudley. hits, one whammy. Alright, 2 hits and 1. Alright, Dudley, do you like the color gold? We have a gold box, babes, and golden egg. Dudley, go ahead and make your selection. 2 hits, 1 whammy. He wants socks. There's no socks. I apologize. But you could possibly trade for socks. Alright, babes. Alright, you passed up on gold. Coming out of gold was, well, that fell in. But this was a jumbo bonus pack of Prism Draft Picks 2021 football. Alright, Dudley. That means you passed up on gold. And gold, Dudley, you missed out. You had a chance to get your very own pair of Caution Old AF glasses. Oh yeah, you would have been styling, profiling, and walking around loving life with these bad boys. Alright, that means you've got some babes coming your way here, Dudley. Dudley, how about a pack of 2020 USA Stars and Stripes? 1 in 3 has an auto out of here. 1 in 3 packs has an auto. So let's see if we can get you, if not a big name, an auto. How about a big name auto? That'd be even bigger. Alright. These are hard to read. There's a Nate Savino. Here's a nice one. Mick Abel out of 49. Mick Abel out of 49. So a short print right there out of 49. Bobby Witt Jr. rookie right there. It's actually a pre-rookie of Bobby Witt Jr. So congrats. It's a big pull. There we go. Bobby Witt Jr. Another Mick Abel. So you have a short print out of 49 right there. And then traditional Mick Abel. And then Nolan Schmidt right there. I think that's a Schmidt. Schubart. Nolan Schubart right there. Alright, so that's a look at the hits, but a nice Bobby Witt Jr. rookie from 2020. Pre-draft. Alright, guys, we have 4 breaks remaining. We've got the full-size break, we've got the bat, we've got the basketball, and then we have the blitz. But let's do the full-size helmet. Why not? Full-size helmet. Everybody out there, give me one NFL team. If you correctly guess the team that comes out of either box, you're automatically going to get a pack of football cards, and you'll get to pick which pack you want. Alright, so pick a pack. That's what we're calling this. Pick a pack. Alright, so we've got boxes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 through 4 for the jersey. One, two, three, 4. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so box 1. So it's going to be the one at the very, very top. This guy. These are off. And then for the helmets, I have box 1 on the table. We also have boxes 2 and 4 as possibilities. So 1 on the table, and then 2 and 4. So 1's a placeholder. So 1, 2, 4. 7 times. There's 1 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 1, the one that's out there. Let's go. Alright, so the 2 you see in the background there we'll be using. Jake has the Cardinals, Stacy has the Falcons, Jesus has the Ravens, Mike has his Bills, Brian or Bryson has the Panthers and Bears, Jake with the Bungles, Mike has the Brownies, Eduardo with the Boys, Dave has the Broncos, Jake with the Lions, Larry's got the Pack Attack, Paul's got the Texans, Stacy's got the Colts, Ryan with the Jags, Christian with the Chiefs, Case has the Raiders, Brian has the Chargers. Paul's got the Rams. Jesus with the Dolphins. Sarah's got the Vikes. Brian's got the Pats. Rick with the Saints. Here comes Jones with the Giants. Rick with the Jets. Brian with the Fly Eagle Fly and them Stillers. And you know what team I'm always rooting for. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. We got Dave with the Niners, Jesse with the Seahawks, William with the Bucks, Justin Time with the Titans, and Casey on the commode. No more guesses. Let's get this going. Quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. Let's go. Here we go. Quarterback. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Sealed up all the way around. Secondary seal right there. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we have from the Atlanta Falcons, Mr. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts. All right, so that's a Falcons hit going out to Stacy Beckett on the authentication. All right, Stacy, congrats. A little Kyle Pitts love for you. Alright, so we've got Kyle Pitts on the board. Yes! Alright, let's put this, back this up a little. Box one sealed up. Good. Front, back. We have 3 breaks remaining after this. We'll do the bat break next, then we'll do the basketball break, and then we'll do the blitz to end the evening. Alright. And the reason why we'll do it in those orders is because the basketball has 2 new cases. Alright, we have a specialty helmet. Specialty helmet alert. Alright, who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Alright. He has one of the most famous touchdowns in college football history. But on this one, he's a Buffalo Bill. We have quarterback Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie coming out of here. Congratulations. Beckett on our authentication. Doug Flutie. This will be going north of the border. All right. Congratulations, Mike. Mike on a Doug Flutie. That's a beautiful looking helmet right there. Beckett authentication. Look at that. All right, Mike. Nice hit, Mike. Doug Flutie. Get your Flutie flakes out there. Yeah, it matches perfectly. The ink matches perfectly on camera and off camera. Nugenics, that's right. That Nugenics was your guy too. Frank Thomas, right? Didn't he do Nugenics? I haven't seen Nugenics commercials in a while. They do. They just don't call them Flutie Flakes, Thomas. They're great. All right. Bills? No right guesses is what I'm hearing, huh? All right. Let's do this then. Someone's going to have a 50-50 chance at a guaranteed auto or a whammy. 50-50 chance at an auto or whammy. Let's take all the names and figure out who's going to get 50-50 chance at an auto or whammy. Not all whammies created equal. 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Thomas. All right, Thomas. You are going to have a 50-50 chance at an auto or a whammy. Auto or whammy. Which break do we just do? This one. Alright, so auto or whammy, and not all whammies created equal. One of these is delectable. Mike Tyson liked to bite ears. This guy likes to bite everything. Alright, Thomas, you may want the whammy. You may not. Alright, you got it. That means you passed up on gold. And in the golden box was the Guaranteed Auto pack from 2025. Guaranteed Auto hobby pack from this 2025 draft class. Cam Ward Auto, maybe? That means you got the whammy, Thomas. And your whammy is a Funko. Mr. Hannibal Lecter. Look at that. Hannibal. Silence of the Lambs. Congratulations, Thomas. This delectable treat will be coming your way. Whammy! I saw it on an empty stomach. I didn't have anything to throw up. It's kind of sad when everybody in the movie's eating more than you are. Alright, guys. Well, congrats, Thomas. Alright, we have to figure out the baseballs and the bat. And for this, instead of players, all you have to do is give me one team. One team. If you correctly guess a team, and they're going to have 3 opportunities, 2 baseballs, 1 bat, you're going to get a box of mystery. 2 of the hits are will be hobby packs. One of them will be a whammy. Alright. For the bat, we have 1 and 4 as possibilities here. We'll do the bat first. 1 is on the table. 4 is in the corner of my den. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 1, the one that's currently out there, is the one we will use. Alright, for the baseballs, we have 5, 6, 7, 9. We have 2 and 4 on the table, then we have 5, 6, 7, 8 behind me. So 2 and 4 on the table, then we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have 2 more breaks, the basketball break and then the blitz break to follow. There's 2 times, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so 6 and 7 I'll be in this break. 6 and 7. Let me grab those 2. Here's box 6 and box 7. 2 and 4, no more. Alright. Last call on your guess. We have Jake with the Diamondbacks, William with the Braves, Brian with the O's, Jesus has the Red Sox and the Cubs, Jones with the White Sox, Caden's got the Reds, Dudley with the Guards, Jake has the Rocks and Tigers, Paul with the Astros, Michael's got the Royals, Paul's got the Angels, Jake has the Dodgers and the Marlins, Chad's got the Brewers, Casey's got the Twins, Jake with the Mets, Case is the Yanks, KC with the A's, Jake with the Phillies, Angela with the Pirates, Casey with the Padres, Zachary with the Giants, Jake has the M's, Michael's got his Cards, Jake with the Rays and Rangers, Mike has the Jays, and Chad with the Nets. No more guesses. get this legendary stash out there. Look at that good-looking stash. That is going to be our good luck charm, Mr. Evans. Box 7, sealed up all the way around. Secondary seal is right here. All right, very good baseball player right here. All right, we have a JSA authenticated Rawlings Major League Baseball from the Cleveland Guardians, Mr. Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez coming out of there. Nice hit. That is a great hit. And that is going out to Dudley. All right, Dudley, congrats, JSA, on the authentication. Jose Ramirez. Hey, yeah, let's do Fitz Magic. Remind me if I forget. Can do it all. Can do it all. Jose Ramirez. I agree. Future Hall of Famer. Probably just needs to keep it up a couple more years, and he doesn't even need to steal bases if he didn't want to. He still will. But he's already done that category enough for his Hall of Fame credentials. But I agree. Because he's been on a team that's been okay, you know, pretty good, but a lot of his career, overshadowed a lot. All right, here we go. Here is a name. All right. One of my favorite swings in the game. You guys that have been around know who one of my favorite right-handed swings is. Rawlings, Beckett authenticated. This is going to be a Marlins hit. We have right-handed swing. Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield coming out of there. All right, so that'll be a Florida Marlin, Miami Marlin. Gary Sheffield right there. Gary Sheffield. One of my favorite swings ever. Right-handed swings. All right, Jake. Great. Here we go. Seal it up. This is the side we'll open it. This is the bottom. Give it a tap for good luck. No. There we go. Alright, here's the bat. I think that might be Cecil Fielder. I think that's Cecil Fielder, but I'm not positive, guys. But I think we've got Cecil Fielder. It's Beckett on the authentication. So I'm going to look this up. Manny Machado. Machado and Jose Ramirez lined up. Both started their careers at different position. Machado a shortstop. Although with, what's his name, J.J. Hardy, they moved him to third pretty early on. Ramirez at second. All right, let's see. 2W 6 7 4 7 8 1 8 6 3 7 8. It is Cecil Fielder. We have a Detroit Tiger hit here, guys. Detroit Tigers. Alright, so in this break, the Tigers were Jake again. Jake is on fire. Alright, Jake, there we go. Cecil Fielder. I think I forced my mailman to retire. We have a new one every week. They've been rotating this year. My mailman retired. I actually loved her. She was amazing. I live on Maureen, and her name was Marlene. Marlene from Maureen, and then she retired. And now I don't know who to... I would give her, like, Starbucks gift cards, and now I don't know who to do that for. Because we get a new person, like, literally every week. I think they're just trying to, cover until they hire someone new. Maybe, I don't know. I also don't like that. At least my mailman now, they drive a electric, an EV, and I can't hear the vehicle. I used to love, because in my plan, I'd be able to hear, oh, they went by, and then make sure everything was out by then. Nope, not anymore. Alright. If you guessed Guardians, Tigers, or Marlins. Guardians, Tigers, or Marlins. Nate with the Tigers. Guardians, Tigers, and Marlins. Oh my. I think Nate is the only correct guess. Guardians, Tigers, Marlins. Alright, I think Nate, you're the only correct guess. And remember, guys, we have two more breaks here coming up. Alright, Nate. I am going to do this no whammy for you, Nate. No whammy. Why not? No whammies for Nate. You stick around this long, no whammies. Alright, Nate, we've got gold. We've got babes. And we've got silver. Gold, babes, and silver. Mr. Jarrett, which one would you like? Remember, we have two more breaks. Basketball follows, and then the blitz. Babes it is. Alright, passed up on silver. Silver has a pack of Topps 2021. Gold had a pack of Topps Heritage 2022. Nate, you just got yourself a pack of Bowman 2023. Bowman 2023. Let's do this. 2023 Bowman for you, Nate. Alright. Ronald Acuna Jr., Vinny Pasquatch, Simeon Woods Richardson, Aaron Judge, Jordan Diaz, Juan Soto's loaded, Sal Frelick, former first rounder, Kenny Gomez, Marcelo Mayer, another former top pick, Lozera Montez, Kamar Rocker, and a Ryan Clifford refractor. Alright, nice Ryan Clifford refractor on that one. Alright, so got some good draft pick rookies and some good vets. Alright, Nate, those cards coming your way? You are welcome. Alright, it's basketball time. Two new cases for this. Alright, so we gotta figure out which ball we're gonna use. So here's the new case. Brand new case, just released. Just recently released case. Alright, so let's do this. Alright. So, we have box 1 and box 2. Alright, so 1 and 2. 1, 2, then behind box 1 will be box 3. Behind box 2 will be box 4. So we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright guys, so 1 and 2, 3 and 4 will be the possibilities here for the basketball. 1, 2, 3, 4. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 1. Alright. Box number 1, this guy right here in the front left. Alright, so box 1, this guy right to there. Take these out. You guys are going to put in the chat, all you have to do, give me one NBA team. If it comes out of this box, that's a weird looking, they must have, let's see if this just comes right out. Nope, not just part of the box. That's weird. Alright, so this box, and now we got to figure out this. So you're going to give me one NBA team, guys. At the end, we'll use random.org, see who gets the box of mystery. One person. Alright. 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 at the top, 6 on the bottom. Let's figure it out which one we're going to use. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 5. Box 5, guys. So it'd be this jersey right there. Alright, guys. We have Casey with the Hawks, Jake with the Celtics. Casey has the Nets, Jesus with the Hornets and Bulls, and the Cavs, Brett with the Mavs, Paul's got the Nugs, Charlene with the Pistons, Paul's got the Warriors, Casey got the Rockets and Pacers, Jesus with the Clippers, Paul's got the Lakers, William with the Grizz, Casey with the Heat, Chad's got the Bucks, Jake with the T-Wolves, Brett with the Pelicans, Jesus with the Knicks, Chad's got the T-Wolves, Chad has the Thunder, Jesus with the Magic, Paul with the Sixers, Jake has the Suns, David in the house with the Blazers, Joshua with the Kings, Jake with the Spurs, Chad with the Rap Show, Brett with the Jazz, and Casey with the Wiz. Alright guys, no more guesses here. This was box 5, I believe. Sealed up. Secondary seal right there. We'll cut into that area. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. From the University of North Carolina. He was such a good college player. He was a good pro, but not as good as people thought. They called him a Jordan Jr. at one point. He was being called Jordan Jr. Jerry Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse. Is this going to be a Sixer? A Piston? He was a well-traveled machine. Good career. But he wasn't the superstar that some people thought that he might be. He really was called Jordan Jr. at one point. Alright, so Jerry Stackhouse. And he's a coach for the Golden State Warriors now. It doesn't matter though, he's not a head coach, but he is a Warriors coach. Alright, so Jerry Stackhouse. Good win share. Is it going to be Detroit? Could be Dallas. Nope, it's going to be Detroit Pistons. Alright, the Detroit Pistons on the hit right there. And in this break, Detroit with Charlene. Nice hit, Charlene. Jerry Stackhouse. Oh, definitely was loading up on those rookies of his back in the day. Alright, Detroit Pistons. Jerry Stackhouse. That's a fun jersey right there. Congrats, Shirley. Alright, Pistons on the correct guess. Box 1. Good luck, everybody. Front side, back side. Do the cut there. And there. Pop it up top. Alright, it looks like Tom Brady has gotten his hands on this ball. Oh, we have a Hall of Famer. Alright, Hall of Famer. It's tied into a knot somehow. Alright, here we go. Hall of Fame. We are Beckett on the authentication. And sometimes they do this because it's easier to ship, is what my rep has told me. I don't know why they don't blow it up before they put it back in the box. But when they get them in from wherever the signing is, it's easier to ship them this way. So that's why they're not always blown up. We have Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin, Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors, Hall of Famer. One of the 50 greats right there. Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin right there. That's the sticker. Chris Mullin, Golden State Warriors. All right, Paul. Congrats. Paul got a Chris Mullin and a Patrick Mahomes tonight. Not a bad night, Paul. Alright, one more look at that. I know. I remember when everybody called it the FU Center. That was Wachovia. I forget the order, but something like that. Don, it very well could be that way too. My rep had just said it's easier to ship them too when they do it flat, or like however that is. All right, Chris Mullin. So we got Warriors and Pistons for the guesses. Jake. Jake is the only correct guess. All right. Xfinity, well, they wouldn't call it stadium, would they? They'd call it arena or field house or something. They wouldn't call it stadium. They already had the Xfinity Center. Right next, I've had quite a few drinks over at the Xfinity Center. All right. What are we looking at here? Oh, I know. That's where I've got. When I go to games, I typically go there, or what's the place? Take the shuttle and go get crab fries. One of those two places when I go to a game out there in Philly. All right, Jake, you are going to get a box of mystery, Jake. All right, Jake. Jake, do you want golden box, silver box, or golden egg? There's 2 hits, there's 1 win. Chickies and Pete's, yeah. Yeah, the one that you can take a shuttle to is the one we typically go to when we're at a game. Alright, Jake. One more break, guys, after this. The football blitz break. Silver box, alright. I mean, you passed up on the egg. Coming out of the egg, you missed out on your very own dog toy of Gumby. Gumby dog toy. Alright, you passed up on the golden box. And in the golden box was a jumbo pack of Prism 24-25 basketball. Alright, so we missed out on a jumbo Prism 24-25 basketball pack. Jake, that leaves us with silver. And inside of silver is not 1 but 2 packs of cards here, Jake. 2 packs of cards. Alright, Jake. You have a Chronicles Draft Picks 2022. Chronicles Draft Picks 2022 pack. There's a Keegan Murray. Mark Williams. E.J. Liddell. And how about this one? A Chet Holmgren parallel rookie. That's a nice pull right there, Chet Holmgren. Doing things. Alright, Jake. Here we go. Second pack, Flux. The Flux capacitor. Alright. There's a Bruce Brown. Cam Thomas. Moses Moody. And a Chris Paul Prism. Phoenix Sun version, too. So, Chris Paul Prism. Nice looking card. Alright, guys. Last break of the evening. Last break of the evening. It's time. We know it's going to be this box. There are 4 items in this box. We don't know what 4 items there will be. This was the second one from the case. All you guys are going to have to do is put in the chat 1 NFL team. 1 NFL team. Everybody that guesses correctly will get a pack of cards. You stuck around till the end. You're going to get a pack of cards if you guess correctly. Alright, so go ahead and put 1 NFL team in the chat. Thank you for sticking around. As soon as the break ends, I will have stuff up for Friday's break on the site. So stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow night, probably later in the evening, I'll be adding 1 more item. Very special item. It'll be tomorrow night. Similar to the penmanship, but much rarer than the penmanship. I only got 1 case. There were only 10 cases made. My price point is very reasonable. Especially considering how rare it is and how big the potential hits can be. But I kind of want to make sure that we can have some fun with that. So stay tuned. I won't get into too many details, but make sure you're checking the site tomorrow, late tomorrow night probably. Tomorrow evening at some point. My daughter has a special presentation at school. She's giving a report tomorrow. We're very excited for it, for her class. And so I won't be home until the late evening. But it's an exciting thing. Oh, you don't see all the names. Here I am wasting your time talking. I have to put some of the names that came in late. I apologize. That is on me. Looks like Dudley got a couple spots. Justin, Jesse. Alright. I was about to do it, and then there's 5 spots. Jesse's got 1. Alright, Jesse, you've got a spot. Justin's got a spot. Dudley's got 2 spots. And then the last one's going out to Jose. Thank you, Jose. You closed out the evening, so thank you. Alright. It's not showing up, everybody, but I will copy and paste and I'll put you in this way. You'll see all 26 or 32 names. So, the way this works is we're going to take this, and if this was a 7th time, June would have the Arizona Cardinals, and Jose would have the Washington Commanders. We're going to hit this button 7 times, and then we're going to paste them directly in. And so on the 7th time, the top name would get Arizona, the bottom name would get the Washington Commanders. I'll give you guys like 15-20 seconds to propose any trades, and then if we have some action, give you a minute to discuss a trade, but otherwise, we'll get into it. There's 4 times. We're at 5. There's 6. One more makes it 7 times. All right, Joshua, you're going to get the Arizona Cardinals. Jesse is going to have the Commanders. All right, so I have the teams there. We're going to go in. Don't worry about the list now. I'm going to paste this, and then I'm going to hit refresh. So give me a second here. All right, there we go. Joshua, you've got the Cardinals. Paul, you've got the Atlanta Falcons. Jake has the Baltimore Ravens. Justin's got the Buffalo Bills. We've got Brett with the Panthers. Kelsey with the Bears. Mike has the Browns. The Bengals, I apologize. Jeff has the Browns. Chris has the Cowboys. Jake with the Broncos. Dudley with the Lions. Chris has the Packers. Christina with the Texans. Chris has the Colts. Rick with the Jaguars. Paul with the Chiefs. Dudley with the Raiders. Jake has the Chargers, the Rams. Jose has the Dolphins. David's got the Vikes. Chris has the Pats. Steve has the Saints. Jeff has the Giants. Chris has the Jets. Jake has the Fly Eagle Fly. We've got Jared with the Steelers. Jake with the Niners. June with the Seahawks. Jake with the Bucks. Jesse with the Titans and the Commanders. Alright, I'm going to put no more guesses. And then if any trades want to go down, I'll give you a moment. Steve's offering the Saints. I don't know, is David in here right now? David, I didn't know if I've seen David in here. I don't think he's in here, Jeff. He might be. I haven't seen him though lately. All right, no takers. Let's go. All right, guys. Fitz Magic was requested. My mind did not go blank on this. What? Alright, guys. Good luck, everybody. Well, magic. What's the what for? No. Dudley has the Raiders. Alright, little magic. Little beer juice. Let's see if we can get some heat. Sealed up. It's kind of a monster of a box. So you'll get a preview like that, and we're just going to go into it now. Good luck, everybody. Thank you guys so much, as always, for breaking with me. If you ever have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll do my best to respond as soon as possible. I do work a full-time job in education, so if I don't respond right away, please bear with me. All right. We have another Kyle Pitts coming out of here. Alright, we have another Kyle Pitts. Alright, this Kyle Pitts is going to go out to the Atlanta Falcons, and that is going to go out to Paul. Now, Paul, you are going to have, and let me read the code, because we have 2 Kyle Pittses tonight, so I want to make sure Paul knows which one's his. Paul, you are going to be, looks like BN12559. Let me write this down. I just want to... Oops. There goes what I wanted to write down. Alright, so Kyle Pitts. Just because I want to make sure Stacy gets hers. or her, sorry, Stacy, his, and then Paul gets his as well. All right, so Kyle, my boss's name is Stacy, so it's not the first time I'm gonna do it. I do feel bad because I know, but again, Kyle Pitts, jersey, and I'm just writing this down on my end. So we've got BN 12559. All right. The next one is a mini helmet. Mini helmet. Hall of Famer Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary from the Chicago Bears. All right, so the Chicago Bears are getting a nice hit. Kelsey, Mike Singletary, Beckett Authentication, Secretary of Defense right there, Mike Singletary. All right, so Mike. All right, here we go. The next one is monster hit. We have seen this in a Funko break before. We have seen this one in the Funko break. Jeff, you wanted to trade for the spot, but you know what? You already have this. How about a Justin Jefferson Funko? Look at that. That is a huge hit right there for the Minnesota Vikings. Look at that. David, what a hit. Justin Jefferson. Beckett on the authentication. Funko of Justin Jefferson. That's awesome. Jones. All right, Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson. All right. Yeah, I don't think he's here either. This one also has a photo. A lot of these have had photos so far. Not all of them do. But this one does. Alright. 16 by 20 photo. Well, in a 16 by 20 photo box at least. One more little touch of the juice. We'll juice this guy up right here. And remember, if you guess the team correctly, you'll get a pack of your choice. Alright, another Hall of Famer from the Buffalo Bills. We have Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas coming out of there on a Buffalo Bill hit. And that's going out to Justin. Justin, congratulations. 16 by 20. Thurman Thomas. Alright, let me mark that down, and then anybody that guessed correctly. Alright, so Paul, Justin, Kelsey, and David with the hits. And then we have Vikings, Bears, Bills, and Falcons. Yeah, great box indeed. Bears. Dolphins, Falcons. Alright, Dudley, you're going to get a pack of choice. Jose is going to get a pack of choice. Steve, you're going to have a pack of choice. Jeff, getting a pack of choice here. Alright, so it's going to be those four people in that order. Jeff, Steve, Jose, and then Dudley. Alright, it'll be that order. There'll be multiple packs out here, and in that order we'll get to choose which pack they would like. Alright, I'm going to put them by year. So we'll have a 20. Let me add one more pack. Why not? Alright. We'll do 2013 score football. 2022 Chronicles draft picks. 2023 rookies and stars. 2023 Chronicles draft picks. And then 2025 Sage Mega Pack. So one out of every two has an auto out of the 2025 packs. Jeff, you pick first, then Steve, then Jose, then Dudley. Jesse, I forgot Jesse. Alright. Well, good thing I put 5 packs. Jesse, where is Jesse on here? Jesse has the Bears. Jesse picks second. Alright, so it's going to be Jeff, Jesse, then Steve. Alright. Then Jose, then Dudley. Sorry, Steve. If Jesse picks the same one, the rookies and stars, I'll just put another one out there. That's fine. Alright, Sage is off. Alright, Jesse picks. Jesse scored 2013, Chronicle draft picks 2022, rookies and stars 2023, Chronicles draft picks 2023. Score? You got it. Alright, score. Alright, then rookies and star for Steve. Chronicles 2022, Jose, or 2023? Green pack, alright. Dudley gets 2022. Alright, Dudley. You didn't get to pick, but you get to see what you got first. Alright, Dudley. You are going to get a Kenneth Walker rookie. College colors were his pro colors right there. So, Kenneth Walker rookie. A Alabama, who is this? Kyron Williams. Wait, no, that's Kyron Williams back there. We have an Alabama. That's Jameson Williams rookie. So, Kenneth Walker rookie. Jameson Williams. Look at this. Kyron Williams. And David Bell. Great pack. Alright, Dudley. Those cards coming your way. Alright, Jose. You went with the green pack. 2023. Jose, let's see if we can get you something nice. Alright, Jose. There's a little Jackson Smith and Jibba. Brian Branch, who pulled his auto earlier tonight. We have a Jalen Hurts. And Hendon Hooker. Alright, those cards will be coming out your way. Nice Jackson Smith and Jibba. Alright. Then we went. It was Steve was next. Steve, here's 2023. Rookies and stars. Alright. That is a Austin Eckler. We have a John Mechie III, Hassan Reddick, Deshaun Watson, Tua. There's a parallel rookie of Devarian Overton. Overshawn. Was it? Yeah, Overshawn. Rookies and Stars Passing Touchdown Club, Josh Allen. Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a great card right there. Jahmyr Gibbs rookie. The former Pitt Panther, Kalijah Cansey. And Jair Brown rookie. Alright, Steve, good way to end it right there. Hey, have a great night. Thanks, everybody. Alright, Jesse, let's see what you got coming out of score right here. Score 2013. Alright. Can we get a Travis Kelce rookie? Alright, we got Dez Bryant, Frank Gore, Danny Amendola, Von Miller, Isaiah Peed, Andre Roberts, Ryan Tannehill, Jaquez Rogers, Andy Dalton. Here is a Justin Hunter, Tom Brady, and Denarius Moore. didn't something happen with Isaiah Pede? Did he murder somebody? Or did he get murdered? Something happened with that guy in his life. I feel like there was something that happened with that dude. Alright, Jeff, here we go. 1 out of every 2 packs has an auto. Let's see if you can get one. Alright, Will Johnson, Mason Taylor, James Pierce, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Walker, top draft pick, Raheem Sanders, Tyler Warren, top draft pick right there, Travion Henderson, there we go. There is an auto, we'll skip the auto. Phil Mahif, Deontay Vines, and Trey Harris. Alright, your auto is Jake Majors. Jake Majors right there. I believe he was drafted, actually, if I'm not mistaken, even. Alright, so he's a center, but Jake Majors. Yeah, you were saying that. You were saying you were pretty excited about that, Jake. I think you said that Friday, maybe? Hey. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Congrats to everybody on the hits. Have a great rest of the week, and hope to see you guys on Friday. Thank you, Donald. Take care, Jeff. Hope you're doing better. Take care, guys. Stuff will